Welcome everyone back to Mr. Dad weather updates. And today's video looking at live radar, the UKV, having a look at the next 5 days, and the GFS as well, looking at long range as well, looking at the ensembles for GFS and ECM. We'll have a look at that and see what's going on. Wow. Just so you know, looking at the long range, it is looking for 1 week, just for a week, more, I'd say, average summer weather, let's say, just average. So nothing too exceptional going on with the weather for this week. However, next week we could see the return to more, let's say, hotter weather to come. So perhaps another heat wave coming in, 2 weeks. So we'll have a look at that, because we are seeing signs of that happening over the ECMWF and also the GFS as well, and other ensemble losses. We'll have a look at it in a moment. But first, looking at the live radar, you can see there's plenty of heavy showers. Is that going to load up? There we go. There's plenty of heavy showers and thunderstorms around. Some thunderstorm moving to the northeast. I can see one now. This thunderstorm here. I'm here in Leeds and I can see it right now, but it's moving quite swiftly away. It's got quite good structure. It's got some not got an amber actually. It's got like a good cauliflower structure as well, which is affecting that northern area there, and some further ones in the northeast as well. So that's the live footage. There's also some thunderstorms in the east. You see here in Mablethorpe, Skegness area, so in Lincolnshire, you see a thunderstorm there. There is a yellow weather warning, which we're going to have a look at in a minute, thunderstorms, to see what that is, because that's literally, I've just had a notification on my phone about that now, so I'll have a look at that in a moment. We've also got a few thunderstorms and showers affecting the southeast, so London, Kent area, Kent as well. Now, you can see a little bit and can see to the west though, there is a cold front. You can see here a bit of bands of rain, so quite a thin, scraggly front, and it's not going to make too much progress into making unsettled weather, but what it is a cold front, and it's going to introduce some cooler weather. So we're going to see the temperatures rapidly dropping as we get that front, so it'll push the heat away, may introduce a bit of some outbreaks of rain in the early morning, but it's not going to be very that unsettled. It's not putting less rain than obviously the thunderstorms. I mean, that's how weak it is. Let's have a look at the weather warnings from the Met Office. There's quite a few actually. There's still an extended amber extreme heat warning going over to Sunday, because this is not the daytime temperatures. It's the nighttime temperatures. Now, even though it's a lot cooler. We talked about 32 degrees today, and obviously it's going to be miles cooler, small around average, isn't it? So, yeah, that's what I'm going to write. So, we're still got an amber extreme warning due to the high nighttime temperatures as well. Excuse me, yeah, so high nighttime temperatures in this area, so we could still see 20 Celsius for there. Yeah, hot and humid, particularly at night. This is the last one, at least for 2 weeks. Again, so we saw 32 and 33 degrees, but we're looking at obviously again, could be the same for quite a few days actually. Hot nights and humid as well. So the last time I'm doing this, it has been extended into night, as you can see there, so we're seeing some impacts at night. Probably not the best night sleeping, at least for now. I'm going to now try and find I don't know why, but I can't find the yellow. Oh, there we go. There is also, literally I've got a notification on my phone now, there is a yellow thunderstorm warning. Oops, not that one. A yellow thunderstorm warning that is issued only for 3 hours. Some thunderstorms could cause impacts, sweeping lightning, hail, heavy downpours. You can see them on the radar, I can see them from my window, you can tell that's going to happen, so obviously it's going to happen anyway. Had lightning, obviously loss of power possible, damage to buildings due to large hail. I don't think it's going to be that severe, but well, we'll see. Again, strong gusty winds causing damage to infrastructure. There's a good chance that dry conditions will be affected by spray, standing water and hail. Because of some flooding from torrential rain, most of these have producing light rain, so could be some flooding there. again, heat and humidity development. Thunderstorms moving north eastwards to central and eastern parts of England as well. So this warning has a medium likelihood. It is quite likely actually. Got a bit of confidence there. However, it's got a low impact, so it's not too impactful. Not as strong as the thunderstorm was the other day. Still, more. Okay, now looking at the UK, we have a look at temperatures and precipitation for the next 5 days. So let's have a look then. So you can see here, we have that active that cold front, which is about to move in through the night, introducing a lot of fresher conditions. We could see some rain during the night, during the early morning, but that's going to fizzle out. Not much rain comes from it actually, as it moves in the night. It will also bring some cloud for the morning, but the cloud will break as we get into the west. It's going to take a little bit longer to break it in the east, but then eventually get clear. On to Monday again. Monday. See, widely a bit cloudy, some areas full cloud, but we could see some sunny intervals possible as well. We could see some showers in the northwest. Looking off to Tuesday, this is probably the most unsettled day of the week actually, because there's quite a bit of rain. The band of rain moving from the Atlantic, bringing plenty of heavy showers at times into northern England and Scotland. Looking over to Wednesday again, some showers possible overnight. Not as heavy as Tuesdays, but still there. Some light showers possible, but quite a lot of cloud around, so not too much sunshine there. Look over to Thursday, we've got a band of rain pushing over to western UK, affecting Scotland, Northern Ireland, and northwestern England. Less so in the east, but we may make it there. This is quite heavy, some consistent rain, locally heavy, but not too impactful. Again, leaving lots of plenty of cloud around. May break a little bit later, so definitely a little bit more unsettled, but not something out of the ordinary, I'd say. So if you have a look at the nighttime temperatures for Sunday, again very uncomfortable. Obviously, ahead of the weather front, you can see in the west, much more comfortable. Still in the east, lingering out. Oops, that's not right. Still lingering around 20 Celsius past 21 in some areas, so it's still classed as a it's still classed as a tropical night, so it will be quite humid and sticky night as well. So probably the last day of doing that, but do pay precautions. But looking over to Sunday, it's nowhere near as hot as it was the other day. It's getting way more around the average figures. Let me just get to the hottest part of the day. There we go. Around average down here. A lot cooler in the northwest, mid to low teens. But in most of the area of England, widely into low to mid 20s, so more typical values, 24, 25, perhaps 26 possible. But again, maybe a little bit above average actually in the southeast, but nowhere near as extreme as we've seen for the past couple of days. Nowhere near. For now, anyway. Now looking over to that again, quite a refresher seeing these temperatures back to low to mid teens. It's about 14 degrees in the south, so a lot nicer sleeping at the time. Looking over to Mondays, getting slightly cooler actually, but again, just to get this out here, bang on average for time here actually for most areas, around mid to high teens in Scotland and northern England, but widely low to mid 20s, so widely 23, perhaps even 24 Celsius, so right on average actually, so nothing wrong with the temperature there. Looking over to Tuesday, it is getting slightly warmer actually. Warmer air coming from, I think that's a warm front that's coming, so that warm front will introduce some perhaps warmer and perhaps more humid, but obviously not going to get any heat. It's just a tick up of the temperatures. So still lingering around the high teens in Scotland, perhaps 20 Celsius in Scotland there, and in Northern England, but widely in England, low to perhaps mid-teens. We can see highs of 24, 25, perhaps 26 Celsius degrees. Again, slightly above average, but not around average anyway. Going over to Wednesday, again very similar temperatures, not slightly down in some areas, but quite widespread. Low 20s possible in Scotland, so quite pleasant temperatures there. And in England, but as we go a bit more western areas, such as Wales, it's a little bit cooler there. Nonetheless, in northeastern areas, we can still see 22, 23, perhaps 24 Celsius. So right on average for the time of year. So looking over to Thursday, we've got some slightly cooler air affecting northwestern areas of Scotland, so temperatures in Scotland are quite a few degrees down, but still around average for the south eastern areas and North England, so low, perhaps even mid 20s, so 23, 24, perhaps 25 Celsius in far eastern areas. So nothing unusual about the temperatures for this week. Literally around average for the time of year. Looking over the GFS, let's see how that is coming to play. We've got that's not what we look at. Where is the Atlantic gone? Let me just restart this because I don't know why it's doing that. GFS. Right, so looking at GFS, this is the one I saw the extreme model ones on, and I'll show that one later. But you can see here, low pressure to the west, high pressure to the south, so breaking down a ridge, perhaps getting some unsettled weather at times. You can see that wall front there, low pressure systems. Not a very deep area with low pressure actually, but it's going to introduce some clouds and rain for times. Right, as we get into the further parts of the week, we're lingering around the about average for the week. So low pressures to the north, high pressure to the south. The high pressure just starts to get more combined, a lot stronger in the south. Southwestern areas, but we can still see some low pressure systems affecting Scotland. Fairly tiny icebergs, so it could be a bit windy there. But as that moves away, that high pressure does start to build quite thick. Actually, it's going to introduce a lot warmer, if not hotter air at times. Perhaps what we've seen recently, actually, heat wave conditions that are possible in that type of thing as the air compresses down. And we'll get a similar trend into next week of that, if not even stronger temperatures. See how thick the pressure patterns are. Could definitely see some very high temperatures from there. But still, it's looking more like quite a hot and thundery right now, because we've still got some low pressure. Got low pressure to the west, and we've got high pressure to the east. But that low pressure kind of fizzles out as comes on. But really quickly, I do want to have a look at temperatures though for this, just to see if this is correct. You can see, according to GFS, we've got a gradual upward trend as we go through the weeks. You can see here, as it's suggesting, oh yeah, there we go. After next week, we are going to have like this warm trend, according to GFS, where we could see that in 2 weeks we'll still see around average heat wave conditions, 30 Celsius past 31 in the south, according to the GFS, of course. This is not forecast, this is something I'm looking at in the GFS and see, there's always that off chance that can happen. As we move into part of that week, starting with the 6th, starting to get gradually hotter, 31, 32 Celsius in the south there, and it starts to get more widespread into the high 20s in the south, in the north. And looking over to the Wednesday of that week, we are getting even hotter, getting to low to widely mid 30s now, 34, 35 Celsius possible, and that gets into north areas. And this is basically what's happening is that high pressure is coming from Africa, basically. So that's going to definitely, it's a continental high pressure with that low pressure. So it's definitely going to be very hot air. And it's gradually getting even hotter as we get through the week. Now getting the values what we've seen recently, where 30 Celsius is trending over to the north, and then the south, 37, 38 Celsius possible there. Then this point, I've not seen it this extreme before. It's very unlikely. We could see some similar temperatures though. But again, in the south we could see mid to high 30s, perhaps 40 Celsius possible, according to the GFS. I have to say that quite seriously. Only one computer model, but I'm going to read it out because this is quite a serious one. I don't want to just ignore it. Obviously, it is still possible that we could see hot meltings, exceptionally hot air, but we'll have to see what happens there. And looking over to the next day, it actually is getting hotter. It's unbelievable. This is ridiculously hot. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. 41 Celsius. Again, highly unlikely this will happen, but we could still see some possible heat wave conditions. But just on the off chance, we could still see some quite exceptional temperatures, really, in the high 30s and low 40s, which is ridiculous. start to see softness again there, but very long. If that had to happen, that would be quite a very historic heat wave, just like in 2022. But that's what I just wanted to show you there. Look at the ECM, again, similar trends as low pressure to the west, high pressure to the north. That breaks down, gets some low pressure systems to the northwest, and some clouds and rain at times. High pressure starts building as we go in, but we've got some more low pressure systems to the north. So then there's that, and then we can see here, the high pressure just starts building as we get gradually. Still got some low pressure systems going into the warm continental air is definitely trying to tickle us. That is coming from continental. Looking over to the how high these will get. This is the temperature 850 kPa. You can see here again we're starting to get gradually